Well, this is Mr. Mike again. Sorry, I totally screwed up that. I labeled the live stream with the name of my other Facebook channel on accident. And so I freaked out and thought I was going live on the wrong channel. So I am a weirdo. So the first thing that let's just dive into some great tips. Hopefully, people will catch this in the live stream, or maybe they'll catch it after the live stream's over in the recording. Either way, please leave a comment. I respond to all the comments that I get, whether they're from the live stream or post production. I am very active on Facebook. So definitely, if you have any questions about the IELTS or how to improve your English in general, just leave me a little comment and I'll get back to you. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is how to do the fill in the blank section with the IELTS listening task 1. So what you need to do is use your time well. Before they play the listening section, they're going to give you some time to read over the headings, to read over the instructions, to read over the sentences. And so you want to make sure that you do a great job with that. You want to really think about what information is missing. So that way, when you're listening, you'll do a better job of filling it in. So you might want to think, oh, is this a number? Is this a name? Is this an address? A street? What kind of information is missing so that you can just jot it down real quick and make the best use of your listening time. Another thing you want to do is look for some clues. Maybe it's total of, or what's a blank called, and then you know that it's gonna, if it's what the total of, that it's going to be a number, or what called, it's probably going to be a name or a noun, and that'll help you a lot. And so sometimes it'll be easy things like a beaver is what different color. And then what they'll try to do for you when they're asking you what color is a beaver is they'll try to trick you with a number of different colors. And so you'll need to be very attentive to listening for the specific color that they're asking for and not just randomly select a color. So it can be a little bit tricky, but if you know what you're looking for, if you looked at it beforehand, it doesn't have to throw you off or get you scared. Another thing that you want to remember is that most of the missing information is topics about a fact. And most of the time, the information that you need to put in will be either a number or a noun. So that kind of narrows it down for what you're looking for. And another piece of information is you got to really remember that in this fill in the blank section, the number and the noun, or the information that you're filling in, is going to be directly in the recording. Some tasks you need to summarize or give or put it in your own words. But with this task, never summarize, never put it in your own words. Record exactly the information that they are asking you for, because you want to make sure that you give the correct answer. And the correct answer isn't going to be your summary or your interpretation of it. It's going to be the number or noun or whatever information that they're looking for that was exactly said in the recording. So that is of information. Seems like my internet keeps going out. I don't know why it's acting weird. Hopefully any of you that are watching aren't put off by it. Really sorry about that. Then another thing you want to make sure that you do is that you instructions well, and that you figure out how many words are they gonna asking for. If they're asking for one word, make sure you only put one word. So, and you got to remember that a cat is two words. And so you may be tempted to put a cat if the answer is cat, but really you need to make sure that if it's a one word answer they're looking for, that you put in that one word. And usually articles or words that are already in the text will not be required. So if they say that you need to put one word and the answer is cat, putting in a cat will be wrong. Or if let's say it says black whatever and the answer is black cat, if you write black cat instead of cat, once again it's going to be wrong, even though the information was already there for you and you're kind of just using the resources that they gave you. If they're looking for one word, you can only give one word. Don't make sure you don't make a silly mistake by giving more words than they're looking for. And if they do ask for two words, it's usually a combination word where they go together. So if they're looking for two words, it'll be something like industrial espionage, or something where they're a compound noun. And so it'll be very clear that the answer is two words, because the two words go together. And what they're talking about is a unified thing or a unified idea based on this. Okay. Another thing that you want to do is make sure that you write the numbers as actual numbers. People have gotten it wrong where you write 104 or ONEZEROFOUR. But you don't want to write the letters. You got to just write the number if it's a number. This, once again, just seems like a silly thing that they're going to mark you off for. But unfortunately, that is the rule. And so just knowing this will make it easier, make it sure that you're doing it the right way. And so that when you're marked, you're going to have the best chance of having the right answer. And then another key thing is, in all of the listening tasks, you're only going to listen to the text one time. So you need to make sure that as you go through, remember that it's going to be in order. So all the answers and all the sentences will be in order in the text. And secondly, if you are not sure, just write something down. You're not going to get marked negative points for guessing. And so it's better to guess and have some general idea of what it might be than to put nothing and that idea could have been right. So it's really essential that you do your best to guess when you can, because there's no penalty for guessing. And so make sure there's no empty gaps that you as you're going through, or as you notice you're on the next one, make sure that you write down the gap. Okay, and then another thing that you want to do is in the section 2 of the listening task is make sure that you write down notes and think about what is going to be possible answers and what are the different things that you might hear, what might be missing from the gap. Once again, this is just like task 1. You want to really be preparing your mind for what could they be talking about in this listening passage, so that way you're best prepared to answer the questions. Another thing is you want to, as you're going through it, you wrote the notes, and so now then you want to use the notes as clues for what you did and what you're going to answer. And just remember, it's all information about the topic. So you're just going to have to write usually a number or a noun. The next piece of advice is for when you're looking at the diagram and you want to make sure that you have a good look at the diagram. You know, when I go into tests, sometimes I feel like, oh, this is just wasted time, but it's really key time to be used so that you can really think of what will be the possible answers, and then you can make the best use of your time. And then you can look at the list of labels and the list of numbers and really be preparing yourself for how can you do the best. And then remember, the information once again is coming from the recording, so you don't want to make anything up, you don't want to summarize anything, you want to just do your best to put the information that they gave you into the text. Well, I hope this has helped you a lot. And like I said, please leave a like or a comment. Also, if you are interested in taking the IELTS, I'm having a introductory course for lower intermediate students to help them. It's going to be an intensive 13-week course, 6 hours a week, 3 hours on Saturday, 3 hours on Sunday, to help you get the score you want to get on the IELTS. The lower intermediate students, the goal will be to get to a 5. And then after we have this course for the lower intermediate students, I'll be having another course for upper intermediate students to get your score to a 6. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a legendary day.